Hi all, welcome back to Ben's Bookshelf for another episode. And today, as usual, you know what we do. We have a bunch of books in my shelf, and I have a way of taking a book every session and talking about it. But today, before we go on into our video, I have a book to put into the shelf. So, this is the book. It's a Malayalam book by Bashir. It's called Madhiligal. There is also an old Malayalam movie with the same name, with the same story. So the thing is, I slowly started reading Malayalam, and I finished the book. Gladly, I'm happy to be putting it in my bookshelf. So the last book here, if you see, it's 88. So we have the 89th thread and token here. I'll just put it into my shelf. So it was a bit difficult for me to find out a few letters when I was reading, and I did take some notes for me to understand. It's a really good book. I hope we get to review it soon. So let me put it in the shelf. So that ritual is done. Now let's get into our actual ritual. So I have my bowl with me. Let's start with today's picking the book. Okay, we have a number. It's 46. Yeah. So this was in my favorite list of favorite books from last year under fiction. So I'm glad we are taking this book out finally to review. So let's get into The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. Book number 46 is The Book Thief, and this book is we'll go through how the book is set, where it is set, and what's the stage, and then we'll move on to a bit of the story and then narrating. So the book is set in Germany during the early 1940s. So during the bombing of Germany. So first Hitler are actually the antagonist of the story. So he bombs the Allied forces, and then the British Air Forces and the United States Army Air Forces, USAF and RAF, continuously bomb Germany and different parts of it. So you can imagine the background of the story, where it is set. So it's in a fictional city, and the whole place is being continuously bombed by the Allied forces. Even though it would look like they are on the sad part, they were on the lower part. It was Hitler's forces who attacked, and this was a re-attack from RAF and USAF, and it's like the whole background is set properly, so that when you get into the story you can still feel the anxiety of the people in the novel itself. It's a beautiful story of Leslie, and Leslie is a foster child of Hans Huberman and Rosa. They are kind people, but how they speak to each other is not so kind, but then in the inside they are all kind people, and there are a lot of neighbors, and Leslie grows up with some of their neighbors, and those stories also go in. So she steals books. She is fascinated by a library in a house nearby, and she takes books from there, and so she also gives it to someone who is to be the protagonist, I would say. So he is a Jew. So this guy is Max. So you know how Hitler and his army is against the Jews, right? But then Hans Huberman is kind enough to give him a place to stay. So they hide him in their basement for a while, and because anytime the army could just march into their house and arrest or even kill them for he's like a fugitive in that Germany during that time. A Jew is a fugitive, right? So it was a very extremely risky thing what Hans and Rosa did for Max, but then they were kind enough to do it for him. And they would, Leslie and Max were kind of like pals, and they would read books, and there have been times when they would even reread the same books until they found a new book to read. And this place, you would imagine Hitler is taking care of Germany. Why would there be so much bombing? Apart from the bombing from other places, there was, I don't know if it's in the book, but then I got to know that Hitler ordered his army itself to destroy their own buildings and infrastructure, because if in case Germany fails and the other country takes over Germany, they shouldn't find much to build over. So that's what Hitler wanted, but thankfully the army did not actually carry this forward to an extent. And yeah, so that's how the story is. And you would know how the book thief is actually Leslie, who steals books. And finally there is a time when the army is coming in to find all the hidden Jews. And the story is about how Max manages to escape, but then he's found, and then he's going into the concentration camp. But luckily he survives. For a traumatic book this big, it's at least until we read, we know that Max is alive even through the end of the book. And one twist is that the movie is narrated from a person's point of view, and this person is the Grim Reaper, Death. Death comes for everyone, right? So it's Death's job to go towards people and get them, and he is going after Leslie, and he's very much fascinated by her and her decisions, and that's how the book is formed. So yeah, it's a really good read. It's a beautiful fictional novel. It has been on my TBR for a long time, and last year in 2025 I managed to read it. So I would recommend all of you to read it. It's 8 out of 10 for me. I did not completely read the book, so I wouldn't find the time to read the whole book. So what I would do is I would have the audio book as well. So whenever I am walking to somewhere, or if I'm at home and I'm not able to read, I would just put in the audiobook and concentrate on it. So that helped me finish the book. And here are few things that I noted down. It's like the family tree, the Memminger family, Leslie, father and mother, and then Huberman family, and then we have the neighbors and Herman, the mayor. So all of this is there. I'm sorry if I had missed or I've mistaken the names of the people, because this was read last year and I don't actually remember names. I'm not good with names, but the story I said is how it happens in the book. So I hope you all get to read it and have a fantastic read. See you all in my next video. Thank you.